Hey guys, it's Jenna here, and we are going along with our series today of reviews of Revlon products. And the Revlon product I'm going to be reviewing right now is the Colorstay Aqua Mineral Makeup. It comes in packaging like this. The lid screws off, and the powder is in there, or the minerals. The brush is on top of there, and you slide it out like this, and once you get it out, there are two things on the side, and you grab those and you pull it, pop it up, and then you can take some of the minerals, put it into the lid, and get it on the brush and put it on. So now that we've talked about the packaging and what type of packaging it comes in, I just want to say that I like the packaging of this a lot better than their original mineral foundation. You lose less product, there's less flyaway, and the brush is a lot softer on the skin. The brush for the original product I feel is a little hard, a little rough on the skin. This brush also, you can pack more product into the brush, and so you're dipping a lot less. The packaging I feel is a lot more sanitary, because you can clean the brush and then just put it back in, and then just slide it back into the top. And it's also really compact and convenient. You can just throw it in your purse and you can go. So overall, I really like the packaging. Now, to talk about the product. The product feels really good on the skin. It feels hydrating, it's cooling, and it does have a more luminous finish. It's not completely matte, I would say it's semi-matte. It feels nice on the skin, and it's a good day-to-day foundation if you don't need a lot of coverage. So if you are the type of person that wears a tinted moisturizer, or a really sheer foundation, or you just do a little bit of spot concealing, this is a great foundation for you. If you need a little more coverage, if you're using a medium coverage or full coverage, this would not be a foundation that I would recommend for you. The coverage is on the more sheer side. It is buildable, but the more layers that you put on, it does start to look cakey. On oily skin, you could apply this lightly, but again, I have dry skin and it started to feel and look cakey after about 3 or 4 layers. So I would say on oily skin, probably 2 or 3 layers, and you would start to feel cakey and kind of and look kind of cakey. So I wouldn't recommend it necessarily for oily skin unless you just wanted something to just lightly dust over your face if you need like almost no coverage at all. But the formula does feel very good on my dry skin. I've actually gone without my moisturizer and just used the foundation, and I do feel hydrated throughout the day. You feel a cooling sensation when it goes on your skin immediately. And while I find that the brush does hold a lot of product, I feel that I'm having to put a lot of product on in order to cover any spots. So if you have some spots, I would spot conceal first and then lightly apply this in the areas that you didn't have to spot conceal. It has in it an SPF of 13. I like that. And with all makeup or SPF applications, that'll probably dissipate after about 2 to maybe 3 hours. So if you want to maintain the benefits of the SPF, you'll have to reapply it after about 2 hours. I found that after reapplying it after about 2 hours, if you reapply every 2 or 3 hours, you don't get the cakey effect that you do if you build up your coverage all at once. I've used this as a setting powder for foundation. I do like it as a setting powder. It doesn't get cakey, um, and it doesn't, seep into your fine lines like a translucent powder would. Um, but you want to apply it very, very lightly, extremely lightly if you're using it like that. Um, the color that you see in the bottle, that is true to the color that it actually is. So it's very good. And the color that I use in the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Foundation, the original, and the light, I use 150 Buff. And just to kind of give you a gauge as to what I use in this, I use the light pale. So I use the light in the Colorstay Aqua, and I use the 150 Buff in the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Foundation and Light Foundation. So that can kind of help you gauge what color you would pick, if you know what color you would pick in the Liquid Foundation. To give you another gauge as to what colors, in Dior I wear a 021 linen. In CoverGirl Aqua Smoothers, I wear a 725 Buff Beige. So that can kind of give you, a range of colors. And if you wear True Match, if you're wanting to try this, I use in L'Oreal True Match, I wear a W2 or a W3. I can wear either or. I really feel like this is a good foundation if you want super light coverage. But again, it's not something that, if you have some spots, you are going to have to spot conceal first. If you've got dry skin, I feel like it works really good for dry skin. I have extremely dry, extremely sensitive skin, and I really like this product. My overall rating for this product is an 8 out of 10, and I would have given it a better rating if the coverage had been more successfully buildable, and if it was a little more, had a little bit more coverage. I feel like I like products where a little bit goes a long way. That way I can use a little bit of the product, maybe dilute it down with a damp sponge and kind of use it like that. Whereas products that you have to build up to get the coverage that you want, you end up using more product than you really have to. So that's the reason why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 instead of a 9 or a 10 out of 10. If you've been wanting to try this, I do recommend that you try it, especially if you have dry or sensitive skin. I have to say, if you've used Bare Minerals, I would say that Bare Minerals is better than this by 1 point, probably. I feel like the Bare Minerals irritated my skin a little bit more, whereas the Revlon Colorstay Aqua did not. But as far as the coverage that you get and the luminosity that you get from the Bare Minerals, I would say that makes it a little more superior to the Colorstay Aqua. So they would be rated about the same, with the Bare Minerals maybe rating half a point to a point higher, as far as on a scale from 1 to 10. I would recommend it. It'll probably run you about $12 to $14. Depending on where you purchase it and if you purchase it on sale or not. I hope you'll give it a try, and I hope you like it. Let me know what your thoughts are about it, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.